What's happening, guys? What's up with the glasses?
I wanted you to – I know with Cappy I don't understand it. It's not a normal look. But I wanted you to finish your thoughts. I didn't want you to be so rushed with what was going on in the high school ranks, particularly because the college ranks, obviously, they go hand in hand with the way these high school kids – you keep mentioning how these kids are potentially going to this school, that school. Like, I just feel like it kind of correlates to have you here as we want to talk a little college football, too, at some point. But – was there anything else, Beto, because, again, it was just such a short segment that you wanted to make sure that we get out there for the high school weekend this weekend here in the Southland?
All right. So just if you're a fan, if you are a fan of your school, or if you're a parent, or if you're a kid, what we really want to do is really blow up the ESPN LA social media account. So on X and on Instagram, tag us. So Tim, who is a new addition to the social team, is fantastic. So every single week we record the prep report that's you see on the Instagram, and Tim adds the videos, Tim adds the pictures, and I try to get as many names out there. Not just the D1 studs, not just the kids who are 5 stars, but I try to give the kid who's never going to play college football some shine. And how do we do that? So we go through X a lot, and we go through Instagram, and if we find kids who are posting their videos, because a lot of them post their huddle right the next day. Mm-hmm. So when you go and do that, if you're a player or if you're a parent, tag the ESPN Los Angeles account on X or on Instagram and just DM us. Let us know that, hey, can you use this highlight? Like, it'll make my job easier because I spend a lot of hours looking and scouring, trying to find the diamonds in the rough so we can give them some shine. There's a reason I shout out schools like a Van Nuys, a Cerritos High, right? They're like Division 9, 10. But if you can get an opportunity to get your highlight on the ESPN account, which has over 1 million followers on all the accounts together, right? You never know who might see that, because I know we have a lot of college coaches, a lot of recruiters that follow our ESPN Los Angeles accounts. So if you want some shine, your kid is out there doing something, tag us on the ESPN LA Twitter account on Friday nights. Carlo and the rest of the crew, we've talked about it, where Friday nights they're going to have somebody monitoring the Twitter account and the Instagram account, and it's just a simple repost. We'll be there for you because we really want to make it the community thing. I could talk about Bosco, Mater Dei all day long, but I really want to give shine to a school like a South El Monte, right, or a school like Maranatha, like the tiny schools that you never heard of. Like this week on my prep report, I shouted out Mary Star, right, which is like in San Pedro, Division 10, they're playing Palisades. This is what I want to do. I want to give some shine to those kind of kids. My last week's report, Taft High's offensive coordinator, Coach Ali, listens to the station. He's like, Beto, can you give my team a shout out? Absolutely. Simple as that. I really want to make it more interactive for Southern California prep report, man.
I
so
love
that's
that.
a good thing right there.
I'm so glad you do that, because here's why, Beto. Look, we're all going to look at a list of kids at the end of the season and going into National Signing Day, and we're going to go, wow, look at all these quarterbacks and look at all these schools they're going to. And we've had so many kids from L.A. County and really the regions, so, you know, the Inland Empire, Orange County, et cetera, that go on to play big-time college football. These are kids that play for national championships. They play for Heisman trophies. They play to become first-round draft choices. You know all those names, okay? And there's going to be those kids this year. But let me just tell all the parents out there this, that if your kid wants to continue on and play college football or college baseball, basketball, soccer, it doesn't matter. Just because they're not going to USC or UCLA or Stanford or Cal, there are so many opportunities for your kids out there.
Oh,
so if your kid wants
example, Cappy,
Yeah?
this weekend, the starting quarterback for San Jose State, Walker Eget. I have San Jose State Stanford this weekend here up in Stanford. Walker Eget, West Ranch High School in Stevenson Ranch, Santa Clarita kid, right?
Right.
So he's – and then, by the way, on the flip side, the backup quarterback to Ben Gilbranson at Stanford is Elijah Young, Elijah Brown, who played at Mater Dei, right? So, like, you have both sides of the coin there, to your point.
And Stanford and San Jose State, you know, even if they're not the biggest of the big time, they play big time ball. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm getting at is it's that kid who wants to play but can't play at San Jose State, but he might be able to play at Cal Poly. It's the kid who wants to play at USC, but he can't, but he's willing to go to the East Coast to play in a Division II school. Because some kids just want to play, even if their dreams are not necessarily the NFL. They want to play through college. So I love what you're doing, Beto. I'm so glad you're doing it because, again, all the big-time A-listers, we're going to hear about those kids. Yeah. It's the B and the C-listers
and
that we're not hearing about.
Beto is making extreme magic. Our friend Clinton Yates is also going to join us in studio in just a few minutes, but let's say good morning He joins the conversation to Mike Trudell.
Hello, Michael.
What's up, gentlemen? I was told it's a Heine Friday and that I had to join. That's part of my contract now.
It is a Heine Friday, sucker.
That is the deal. Yeah.
It's a Heine Friday with Mike Trudell.
I mean, we have imaging for it. Like, now you have to be part of it every Friday.
But I have a quick question, point of information. This is the YouTube-only hour, and I see Beto beautifully, and I see Morales beautifully, and Lindsay Baseball and Bergie. Is Trudell not part of the YouTube video? He's only part of the telephone world?
No, I am on the switcher right now. I can see all you guys.
Switcher?
Oh,
Can you not
okay.
see me?
No, can't see it. Now, is that because, guys, we can only do 4 at a time? Is that the story?
Oh, I think we can do multiples.
I mean, you guys tell me.
It's a Heine Friday. Why can't we do more than 4?
Chris, tell him. We can do whatever we want to do. We make it up.
Are we just not paying attention in there? You gutless bums?
Come on,
put
guys.
5 of us in an Ultima, Chris. No problem. That's a real Heine Friday.
Why are you giving me that signal? I don't know what that means.
What did that signal mean? I want to know what that signal
doing
meant.
This, like he's on Nintendo.
What does that mean?
With his 7th grade haircut in there.
Wow. Beto, by the way, a lot of people talking about your hairdo today.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't brush my hair. It's 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh, no, the mongrels got all over me the other day. I had to wear a hat in each segment, you know?
I have a bunch of hats if you want to start putting on some hats. No problem.
No, they criticized my gray hair and they criticized my bedhead.
Well, Michael, since we have you here, we started the show today talking about the JJ Rob press conference yesterday and JJ getting the extension. Now, I haven't seen any reporting, and maybe you don't know either, but do we know how long the extension for? Are there any details that we should know about this?
No, I mean, so when Rob mentioned it, and obviously I work for the team, so sometimes I hear stuff and sometimes I don't. I was like, wait, and I texted somebody in the organization. It's like, we haven't released this information, have we? Like, nope, Rob just broke the news. So it was a surprise, and I think though, let me kind of correlate it into this thought that I had, Sedano, because I was thinking about you while I was listening to JJ speak, and Rob said some very nice things about why they did it and how they see him as a coach into the future, and I get some Eric Spoelstra vibes from JJ, even though Spo played in college. He didn't play in the NBA. JJ obviously has this long career as a player, but there's just a level of kind of intensity and being serious and just the knowledge that I get when I hear him talk about basketball. And I'm curious if you, as somebody that's known Spo for a long time, and again, I get it. Like we all acknowledge that he's the best right now, and it's high praise for JJ. But do you get what I'm saying there with some of just the personality traits that he has?
Oh, yeah, I don't think there's any question. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a little behind the scenes. I may have told this story before, but, I mean, it's not like I'm, telling government secrets here. So when JJ worked for us at ESPN, I think his second game, we did a game, Phoenix at Miami. And in the production meeting with Spo, like, those two were just geeking out with each other back then. This was a couple years ago now. So, yeah, because it was JJ's second game. So it had to have been like 4 years ago or something like that, 3 or 4 years ago. And they were geeking out in a way that I remember just sitting there with Dave Pash. We were just kind of looking at each other, just kind of smiling and laughing. And it was funny, like, Spo told JJ, like, after they were done geeking out and broing out with each other, he was like, oh, dude, I would have loved to have had you here. You would have fit in perfectly with us. And he was just, JJ was like, yeah, man, it would have been awesome to play for you. And, like, they were, so, yes, I totally see that because they have a clear connection even in the times they've been in rooms together. And, yeah, there is an absolute level of detail, intensity that he brings to everything that he does, much like Spo does. So, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of parallels there between the two, although, JJ's only done this for a year. By the way, Spo had, I believe, a similar start to his career, right? Like he made the playoffs his first 2 years, and then in year 3, that's when things really took off, when they had the big three and they had a better roster. It's funny, like I feel like if the Lakers' plan plays out the way they want, where they're hoarding this money to then potentially bring in via cap space or via trade, bringing in a future star to pair with Luka, I feel like that it could be a similar trajectory.
Yeah, it's just even what we were saying about conditioning, and there's a certain level now that like this is going to become what we want with the Lakers, that every player is in championship shape, and like that, it's just kind of one tent pole that JJ has kind of stuck in the ground, and I think that's obviously something we associate with Pat Riley going many years back, and it was like that when he was with the Lakers, certainly like that with the Heat. It's one of the things that you can control to an extent if you can get your players to buy in, where you then have a leg up on franchises or players or opponents that maybe don't have that. And then, of course, the talent is the number one piece, and they've got Luka Doncic locked in. And that is now, we just saw with the Slovenian national team, that is where it's the easiest way to build a team if you have Cappy, and you, of course, as a ball knower, know this, if you've got that guy that can break down the defense just by being him, and you don't have to run anything specifically for him. And that's another thing I think that's a through line here as Pelinka and JJ are talking, that Luka is here. Luka is in great shape. That's where things start. And of course, LeBron and Austin Reeves and so on. That is a very important piece. And it's the number one thing, I think, going into the Lakers season.
I thought yesterday was interesting to hear them make that announcement that there was this extension. I've been scouring, trying to find a report somewhere as to what did it mean. Like he got a 4-year deal last year, and now they've given him an extension, so he had 3 years remaining. Did they tack 1 year on? Did they add more to it? The point, I think, is, though, that now that you have Luka signed and you know that he's going to be with you for a long time, and I presume that Luka probably gets at least a little bit of input, like, hey, you like JJ? You like playing for him? I mean, we're going to sign him long term. You guys are going to be a team together for a while. We were talking earlier today about consistency. When you look at the NFL, you look at teams that have a coach and a quarterback that stick together for a long time. That's how you create consistency. That is, to me, what the Lakers have done here now with coach and star player.
It's a good analogy, Cappy. I buy it fully, and we know for a fact that Luka is a big JJ fan. In fact, the only podcast that Luka went on, I think the only one that he had ever been on, was JJ's because of the time JJ went to Dallas as a player. And Luka just,
and by the way, he did it twice.
Just appreciated, he did it twice. And so that was, of course, at the time though, maybe there's that thought, it would be great one day if JJ got to coach him, but there was no anticipating from any of us, of course, in the world that this trade was going to be a possibility until Nico raised the possibility to Rob Pelinka, and then they get it done. So I think then Luka arrives and JJ immediately meets him at the hotel. Like they're tight and they're close, and it's a good point you make, Cappy. That is kind of like, as I'm talking about this press conference and bringing Luka into it, that relationship is the key point of it. And now you've got not just your best player and your star to build around, but you've got your coach locked in, and then you fill in the spots around that, like big athletic wings, right? Okay, a huge center, a lob threat, some assets into the future so that if a star becomes available, you have, or you create the space for a free agent to walk into. Like these are now the long-term thinking, I think, that can come into play when you have your coach and you have your star player.
Yeah.
By the way, Mike Trudell with that big water heater. How big's that tank back there? How many gallons?
I think it's pretty standard. I think it's pretty standard. During COVID times, I had my chair switched to a more flattering part of the garage.
All right.
But on short notice, the great Anthony texted and said, "Hey, can you join?" And I said, "Yes, my angle might not be the best, but
I like that angle."
Actually, it's okay.
I love the soccer. The soccer scarves behind you are nice, though.
All right, real quick pause on the content.
Look at the bobbleheads.
Wow,
and look at the Wheaties. Look at that.
We've got a real storage unit going on.
I like the cleaning supplies.
Yeah, the cleaning supplies in the bucket over his left shoulder. Yeah.
All right, we pause for just a moment. Let me remind you, be sure to start your Saturday bright and early tomorrow morning with Dr. Robert Clapper and the Weekend Warrior Show presented by Cedar Sinai at a special time of 6 a.m. Because USC Game Day coverage begins at 7. The Trojan Tailgate Show presented by Yeti gets things going. And then kickoff from Champaign, Illinois at 9 a.m. USC, Illinois. Hear all the coverage on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. And be sure to talk about the game Monday morning with us, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on your home of USC football, ESPN LA. Fight on. We pot up Beto again. We got Mike Trudell. And now, joining us from in studio, the one and only Clinton Yates, the big CY. Good morning, Clinton Yates.
What's up, kiddos? I'm very excited to be here.
Oh, yeah.
The YouTube chat is already feeling the wrath. You know how I do.
I'm so glad you're here, Clinton. The big CY. Let me tell you something.
What's up, boys?
The big CY, two things.
Yes.
Number one, yesterday, Sedano went on an epic rant just destroying one of our listeners.
Okay.
And at the end, he mic dropped him by calling
It was
him
an
kiddo.
homage to you.
Yes. He mic dropped him. Dude, Sedano was killing this guy. This guy came into the arena not realizing that Sedano was the lion in this equation, and then Sedano mic dropped him by calling him kiddo. That's number one. Number two.
Come on, it was Pedro Aleman. Give the guy credit for getting
What's up,
roasted.
Beto? How you
Yeah,
doing?
right. It was Pedro. Look at all those scarves that Beto's got now.
Oh, yeah.
But CY, I got to ask you, as a uniform analyst, what you thought of the Arizona Cardinals last night. That was a pretty dope
So
uni.
I will break this down. And by the way, randomness, I know you're listening. You listen to every word I say, and you tell your friends when you're not on the chat. Anyway, So here's the deal. Those uniforms on the press release looked one way. They had the red lighting. They had that whole setup. And I was thinking, okay, like that's a cool idea. They're being sandblasted or whatever. Dude, you put those things on the field with 10 guys or 11 guys moving in synchronicity and playing the game. Best new NFL uniform I've seen in a decade, Cappy, with the face mask that were kind of a shimmery color with the yellow-beaked cardinal. I loved it. That, again, probably the best new uniform I've seen in the NFL in 10 years.
Yeah, I
and
like
the end zones need to stay, too. Those were fantastic.
I was thinking about you last night. I'm like, look at these Cardinals uniforms.
Those are
They're
great.
bomb. And I'm like, if there's one guy I know that analyzes uniforms, it's the big CY.
Speaking of football, by the way, I need you all to know.
Oh, wait. CY's here. That means you got to put a dad hat on.
You know how I operate when it comes to fantasy football, right? Do you guys know this?
Yes,
Trudell?
you got the colonizers.
Are you familiar with this? I only pick white guys for my fantasy football team. This is how I operate. Okay, it's a long backstory.
How are we looking? You got
I mean,
Scatterboo.
it's getting a little better. I mean, there's a couple running backs you can take now. Scatterboo.
How about
you got
the
McCaffrey.
colonizers?
Scatterboo.
The colonizers have won 2 in a row, Jack. I'm very excited about this. So we're 2-1 on the season. Decent matchup coming into this week. And John Smith, The Colors of the Wind. Those who listen to Clinton Friends know that's the song that they play when we all talk about the colonizers. So, we're doing good on the personal front. How are you guys doing?
By the way, real quick,
we're great on tight ends.
Real quick promo for Clinton and Friends, because a lot of people in the YouTube chat are like, where's Clinton been? You can listen to Clinton Friends every morning on the ESPN LA app. So when we put the tiles up in the morning, you see a Clinton and Friends tile, you see Sedano Kap Morning Show. All you got to do is hit that Clinton and Friends tile, and you got Clinton Yates, the big CY,
We're all about choices.
Giving
here
you that
at
big
710
morning thrust
ESPN.
right in your ear.
Yes.
A
And by
big
the way,
morning thrust, Clinton.
My big morning thrust is, kind of what they call me in the streets out in Culver. But
is that
what
right?
What I was going to
Really?
say is that the listener who knows who he is, he says the colonizers is deeply offensive. Well, then you must think the whole movie of Pocahontas is a problem because that's who they're named after. Just saying. Disney plug. Moving right along.
Oh wow! Hey, can we get everybody on the screen at one time? Can we get? We got.
Well, they already did that.
I got a 5 limit
I
apparently.
didn't see it.
Okay.
Wow.
By the way, can you imagine what JT the Brick would say about all of us on that?
Well, that's why I want to have. That's why I want to have everybody on the screen at the same time. I'm taking a picture. Hold on, everybody, put up a peace sign. I'm taking cheese.
We're there. Okay.
All right. Well, Michael, since we have Michael here, and I know he's got to probably run here soon, and I feel like everybody obviously can weigh in on this. So, Michael, we talked to you about JJ's extension that Rob dropped on us yesterday, but the LeBron portion of it I thought was interesting. Now, I thought Rob made all the right answers, or had all the right answers to. Of course, we'd love to see him end his story. You know, we want to have the respect for him and his family to do it the way they want to do it. What is the sense in regards to just, you were there, of the feel of that question and the answer and everything that kind of involved LeBron yesterday?
Well, I just think it's so crazy that we're going into what is the unprecedented year 23 for LeBron that no player has ever done, and he's coming off an All-NBA second-team appearance. So these are just not things that you could have planned for when the Lakers originally got LeBron as a free agent. And I think that, rather than what Pelinka said, which is, of course, the right answer, LeBron should be the one to write his story. We'll see what he wants to do at the end of this season. We'll see that if he for sure wants to play another season, which, again, we don't know. We haven't heard from LeBron yet this year. I thought JJ's point actually was more interesting, or JJ met with LeBron twice in person, including once in the Hamptons. Sag Harbor. Cappy, you probably have a spot there, right?
Sag Harbor, yeah, absolutely. And a boat, by the way, a boat as well.
Is that where the wine cellar is, or is the wine cellar in your spot down in Florida?
No, the wine cellar is actually in the boat in Sag Harbor.
Okay, that's okay.
There you go.
That's where it is. Yeah, so the fact, and JJ basically was like, look, LeBron and I are great. He's in a great mental space, and we're going to get his best this year. And I was like, that was kind of good to hear, the last communication that we really had, George, was just the Rich Paul statement, right? Essentially after the contract, or after LeBron chose to come back or pick up his player option, right, and not become a free agent. So that to me was the more notable. I think Rob said what you would expect any executive to say, in that we would love to have LeBron here and retire as a Laker.
All right. I still got to say, and I'm just going to have to obsess for just one moment. I'm always interested when people come on to our YouTube and they're in a place like Beto, for example. If you guys put Beto on the screen, Beto's got this super cool background.
Yeah.
And look at Beto. Look at that hat. I mean, look at this guy right here. He said he's got to have on a dad hat. He's got on a scarf for Mike Trudell. He's got on a dad hat for Clinton Yates. And look at that super sweet background that Beto has. And then you got Clinton, who's in the studio.
I am.
And then you got Trudell, who's in his garage. But, Mike, I'm telling you, man, I can't stop obsessing. When you're on the screen, I'm looking at everything other than you. I'm looking at the cleaning supplies behind you. I'm looking at the water heater. Mike, over your right hand, all the baseball bats, okay? There's a...
me and Annie, when I proposed,
Lionel the Frenchie, yeah. A family photo before the children.
Yes.
Right. And then behind you, Mike.
I can just hold that up there.
Well, but next to the cleaning supplies behind you, I can't tell if there's like an old school computer monitor over your left shoulder. I can't see exactly what's over your left shoulder. Underneath the cleaning supplies. Underneath your cleaning supplies, but underneath it. What is that over your left shoulder?
Oh yeah. No, there's some like speakers and stuff. Do you need some? I got some. There's also a Pebble ice maker.
Okay.
Right
all right.
there.
I see a nice vacuum.
If you're interested in that.
Nice vacuum you got there.
Vacuum is good. Yeah, that's good vacuum.
We've been doing some work on our house, so there's all types of things right in this space. And I was not planning on joining a video until 30 seconds before. I was like, yeah, sure. And I guess in hindsight, knowing where you were completely unable to focus on anything that I said, and just trying to figure out is that a Xbox 360 back there? Oh, is that a Nintendo 64? Yeah, there is a Nintendo 64.
No, wait. My favorite part is over your right shoulder, the index card holder. There's that like greenish, blackish index card holder. Oh,
a little Matucci bat. Oh,
nice.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's for sure one of the boys. Now, do the boys still use that bat?
These are like $400. I mean, I can't believe what bat. I didn't even have my own bat when I was a kid.
Right.
It's not right.
Yeah.
No, those bats are expensive, but they're juiced up, man. They hit home runs, those bats. You know, you got the kind of bat for your kid.
Oh, we just had a 6-box. Who knew?
I was going to say we're going 6 wide.
We're 6 boxing this thing.
Jeez.
Somebody not going to be happy. I'll tell you that. Right now.
Soon we're going to turn into the Brady Bunch meme on here. We just need 3 more boxes.
Right,
Oh,
right.
man.
Beto, you have to look up, and Trudell has to look down. Chris, you have to look up. George has to look down, and Big CY, you have to look up, and I have to look down.
I know it's a whole thing because the timing is also off.
Yeah.
So like by the time you've referred to it, at the time it pops up on my screen, it's 30 seconds past, so I'm like, I don't even know when I'm supposed to look at the camera or not, and I'm too busy reading the live chat because people are calling me losers, which is my favorite thing, and it makes me happy. Keep it up.
Oh, see them. Yes. Welcome back to the Mongrels.
We got an 8-box. We got an 8-box.
We got an 8-box.
We got an 8-box. Oh my God, somebody's going to be so unhappy. One individual is a
singular person.
Let's get Mark Cates. Let's get Mark Cates in the sales office in the 9th box.
Oh, wow. If the sales office had its own camera, that'd be a whole other story, by the way.
Wow.
No, we should absolutely
AC
put
Milan
a
for you,
camera there.
Trudell. AC Milan.
We should absolutely put a camera there to see if they're actually doing anything.
Oh, yeah. That's an excellent question.
Whoa. Oh, Chris is taking pictures. That means tweets are coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stick that in your whole brick.
Oh, wow. Look at that 8-box.
8-box.
That's
looks
crazy.
Or
dope.
as
Social media room must be having a meltdown right now.
I feel like this is
Or
like
Scott
April
Hansen would
2020 when we're
an OCTOBOX.
Right, an OCTOBOX
Yeah, an
is
OCTOBOX,
right.
that's true. 7
Let's
hours.
go OCTOBOX. Yeah.
Is this the witching hour right now?
Not yet.
It is the witching hour. This is the
considered
Sedano
it?
Kap 710 version of the witching hour at the moment. Yes.
God, I love those wooden shelves in Trudell's garage. God, I love those wooden
All right.
shelves.
So while we've got everybody here, and I got to run here soon because I got to go.
Don't leave me.
A production meeting soon. You've got 8 people.
I
here.
know. I'm telling everybody else. Don't leave me.
No, we're going to go 9.
I'll
We're going
be
to go
here.
9.
We're
We've
going
gone
9.
nine.
Look at that.
We've
Let's
gone
go.
nine.
Boys in the back.
We've gone 9
Now
bucks.
we are Brady Bunch.
Oh,
they're
my
gone.
God. What
They were
happened to
there. They're gone now.
What happened to Sexy Jexy? By the way, Sexy Jexy sent me a text this morning at 5 a.m. Just to me, not the group, just to me.
Yeah.
And he wrote a note at 5 a.m.
That the
hey,
Chargers are going to kick your ass?
No, he wrote me a note. Hey, it's Friday. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I know. It's 5 a.m. Don't text me, all right?
Yeah.
So this
all right,
hold
real
on.
quick.
Go ahead. Go on. Yeah, no.
There it is, $9.
Before I got to run here. That is Riggs.
Riggsy.
Hey, Riggs.
Oh, wow.
My dog.
Yeah.
That's my doggy
Hey, what's up,
Riggsy.
bros?
Aw, Riggsy. Looking
Nice.
good, my man.
All right, what is everyone looking forward to the most on this weekend? There's a lot of sports going on. We got the end of the baseball season. We've got big-time college football matchups. Obviously, the NFL. There's all sorts of stuff. Great high school football, as we talked about, Bishop Gorman, Santa Margarita. Lots of stuff going on this weekend. What is the one thing that you will absolutely keep your eye on? One game, one sports event. Go
All
ahead.
right, Trudell.
Let's start with CY.
Oh, the big CY. Here
I
we
am
go.
so excited about being able to engage with this guy randomness. I can't stop laughing about this. Anyway, no, I'm excited about playoff baseball. The matchups are finally there. We've got so many different teams now that it completely changes the outlook of how you approach what a decent run is. These wild card situations have totally changed things for some squads in certain positions, and how that shakes out between the AL Central, between what's going to happen with who the Dodgers face. Cannot wait for the brackets to be finalized in the MLB postseason. Also, it determines where I'm going to go cover things, so that's extremely important.
All right, big CY's got MLB, George. You want to go to
Beto.
Beto next?
I'm right there with CY because it really affects the Dodgers of what's going on this week. You don't know who you're going to play against, and that really is going to affect the Dodgers' rotation and who they're going to keep on their roster for the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to the baseball this weekend. Also, the AL, man. Is Detroit really going to give it away? What are they doing over there? And then also the game I really want to watch, though, is Penn State. That whiteout that they have where everybody is going to be wearing white at Penn State. That's going to be a good one right there.
Penn State, Oregon on Saturday afternoon, 4:30. Okay, let's go to Michael Trudell.
Trudell.
Yeah.
Guys, 1 week from today is the first Lakers preseason game. I know that sounds crazy, but how does Marcus Smart look? How does DeAndre Ayton look catching lobs from Luka? What's LeBron been up to? Austin Reeves has been killing it in the games. Apparently, JJ said that his coaching staff said he's been the best player on the court every time he sets foot on the court. Obviously, LeBron and Luka haven't been in for those scrimmages. But 1 week from today, preseason basketball. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, no, I get it, but that's also not this weekend. So that was
Broke
also
the rules,
question.
Trudell. You violated the rules. Must be the cleaning
I'm gonna
supplies
play-
getting into your
I
brain.
mean, maybe it was going to be Brentford versus Man United for you or something. I don't know. But it was that something
Well,
this week.
that was the answer. That was the answer. And then I thought, well, it was Lakers. The Lakers media days. I thought I took the Homer route there, but you're right. Manchester United is where I wanted to go, George. We actually won last week and had 3 points on the hook. So thank you for answering that for me correctly.
Very nice. Very nice. Now for me, George.
Christopher?
Oh, we're going to go to Christopher.
Yeah, he's going to go to me.
Okay.
Everybody.
Scumbag.
Jack.
Wow.
USC takes care of Illinois in
Okay, that's a
Champaign
good
tomorrow
one.
morning. That's a great way to start a Saturday. And then Cappy and I running amok at SoFi Stadium on Sunday. Then coming back to the Dog to watch Micah Parsons destroy Jerry.
You sure it's
On
not too
Sunday.
early for the Trojans? I heard there was some issues.
Oh, come on, man.
Well, hey,
Wow.
Lincoln
Oh,
Riley's,
you're talking
Lincoln
about my
Riley's
Schwantz?
complained.
Oh,
Lincoln's complained
That's
plenty.
what I'm talking
was,
about.
no, here's
Yeah.
the thing. Give me 10 to 12 minutes and the Schwanz is working.
Well, that's not what I was referring to.
It just needs to get
10 to
revved
12,
up,
a segment
CY.
is all you need?
Yeah, it just needs to warm up. It's
Yeah,
like
it
an
just needs
old
to get
Buick.
revved
One
up.
sec-
I mean, listen.
Gotta
Perhaps
wind
we
it up.
can get
The
him
old
some.
LeSabre.
Perhaps we,
Literally.
yeah, perhaps we can get him some jumper cables. You know what I mean? If needed. I mean,
Oh,
I
that's
don't know,
great.
You know, but-
That's great. 10
Yeah.
to 12
Bergie,
minutes.
Bergie must be looking forward to UCLA football this weekend.
At 12:30 at Northwestern. But no, I'm looking forward to Sunday, Clayton Kershaw's last ever start in the major leagues. That's what I'm against the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah.
Sunday, that's the one to go watch.
Wait, you said they're playing Northwestern, UCLA is? Did
Yeah.
you and Trudell have any
Yes.
sort of wager?
Oh, no, I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay. Very well. Very well.
I've seen that team play way too many times to put anything on that.
Okay. All right.
Lindsay,
You win,
what
Trudell.
do you got?
You win.
It's
Gardos.
tough times when you're not willing to make a bet against Northwestern.
Right.
Man.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
it is
tough
tough
times.
times.
Lean
I'm looking
times.
forward to the Gardos, obviously, because right now
Yeah.
they are currently in first place because they are tied with Detroit, but they have the tiebreaker. So hopefully they can just hang on to that. 3 more games.
All righty.
Cappy?
For me, I'm all football all weekend long, but in particular on Sunday, my favorite team and my favorite quarterback, the Giants and Jackson Dart, about to give the Chargers their first the regular season. So that's my first thing. Secondly, I'm looking forward to the Raiders defeating the Bears in the late window on Sunday. And then, of course, as Chris
Raiders look
mentioned,
good right now.
yeah, they look great. And then also the Rams hosting the Colts. So you got the undefeated Colts, who are the story of the early part of the season. Who knew Daniel Jones and the Colts would be 3-0? And they come to the Rams, who should be 3-0, and the Rams got to get this win. So for me, football.
Cappy, do you know why Jackson Dart wears his eye black in a singular line on his left eye?
I do not.
He wears it because he was a big fan of Anakin Skywalker in The Phantom Menace, Star Wars Episode 1,
after he got sliced in the head.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why he wears it. That's why
I did not know.
That's why I like Jackson Dart.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting. I did not know that, but once you mentioned it, I knew immediately.
You knew exactly what I was talking about. Exactly, George. So,
all right, George. How about you, man?
So I am also football, Cappy. Although Greg did kind of swayed me a little bit, I will probably try my best to keep an eye on that Clayton Kershaw start. But I think that there are a couple of games, particularly both in the NFL and college football, that I'm going to keep a close eye on. One that no one's mentioned yet, Chiefs-Ravens. That is a de facto – I mean, if you look at the numbers just based on the percentages of a team making the playoffs, if they were to lose that particular game – I mean, they're pretty minuscule, okay? So that is a de facto almost elimination game of two teams that have been at the top of the AFC for the better part of the last 6, 7, 8, 9 years at this point. So that one is something I'm keeping my eye on. You've already mentioned the whiteout game. USC, who do I got in that game?
Chiefs at home, by the way.
Yeah, Chiefs
yep. Kansas City's at home.
I'm going
I thought it was at Baltimore.
Nope.
Oh,
Kansas City.
Oh, it's at KC?
Yeah.
I think Baltimore still wins, man.
Spread's 2.5, giving the Ravens are.
Yeah. It's weird.
How about
it's
that?
Weird.
Ravens
I like Baltimore
favored in Kansas City.
Exactly.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's very weird.
But and then college football, you mentioned the whiteout. Look, there's other great games, right? LSU Ole Miss. I mean, we've already seen Lane Kiffin already tweeting about bet the over because his daughter's dating the starting linebacker for LSU.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What a story.
Can you imagine posting that picture if you're that guy? Anyway, I didn't mean to get the
Yeah, and then but that makes it intriguing to me already. Obviously, USC, Illinois, we mentioned. I think Notre Dame, Arkansas could be interesting because Notre Dame has not had a great start to the season, and if they lose this one, their playoff hopes are pretty much dashed at this point. And then one game that no one's talked about, that not enough people, I think, are talking about, this one's going to be on CBS on Saturday. Ohio State has to travel all the way to Seattle to play the Washington Huskies. And I think Jed Fish, while I don't think they're ready for prime time just yet, I just think that's a tough trip for Ohio State to make across the country against a team that's pretty good. So I would, if I were a betting man, maybe I would take Washington to cover the number in that particular game. But I like that one, too.
Jed Fish is Arizona's old guy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I was just trying to make sure. I was like, I know
and
that
was
name.
at UCLA at one point.
Right. Okay.
And Ohio State's a 7.5 point favorite on the road. Now, by the way, one other sporting event that none of us have mentioned. We've talked
the Ryder
baseball, the Ryder Cup. Is anybody here
I have that
into
on
the
right
Ryder
now.
Cup? Me too.
So we were watching it before. My issue with the Ryder Cup, honestly, the uniforms look horrible. They look like regular stuff out of the daggone pro shop. And I'm like, it's the Ryder Cup. You've got an opportunity with polo to do things that actually look cool that people would buy, and they look like things that 40-year-old white guys would design and stick in somewhere, in I don't know where. It's like it's so boring to look at.
And there you go. You just said it.
Right.
Can't stand it.
Well, listen,
by the way,
boys,
I'm not offended by that. I'm a 50-year-old white
That's
guy.
fine.
Just so you know.
It's okay. I'm just saying.
Gentlemen, I got to run because I got to go catch up with Frank Reich and Andrew Luck for this game this weekend.
Nice.
I got this production
my bad.
meeting, but yeah. Well, I mean, listen, I got to work. I got to do stuff. Okay. But you guys have fun. Chris, did you take the picture to send and post on social
I'm
media?
working on the tweet right now.
Oh,
JT.
All right, cool.
Take care.
All right, gentlemen.
Later,
have
George.
a great weekend.
See you. Have a good
George.
show.
Hey, what time is your game tomorrow? What time is George's game? I want to be able to watch for like the first 5 minutes while it's still interesting.
Oh, come on. Why you got
Well, no, it's just I
That's
text
gonna
him
be
every
actually-
week. I'm
It's
like,
going to
yo,
be good,
I'm watching.
Cappy.
Yeah, you think? I mean,
San Jose State's decent, man.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I don't think Stanford rolls over them the way like Florida State was beating up on El Camino College or whoever they were playing last week.
Hey, El Camino College is
tells me
legit,
it's at
bro.
4:30. 4:30, Cappy.
4:30. Thank you, Michael.
Oh, wait,
Appreciate
Trudell,
that.
we losing you now, too? Because we're going to take a quick timeout. I know you got to go, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you are losing me. It's been a
All right, Trudell.
pleasure.
All right,
Later,
beautiful.
A
Trudell.
real pleasure.
Adios, Miklo.
All right, right now, Beto and Clinton hopefully will stick by. Let's take a quick timeout, Cappy. You want to do
let's
that?
do it. Yeah, for sure.
I'll take a quick 2-minute timeout. You're listening to the YouTube-only hour on the ESPN LA app, watching it at ESPN Los Angeles.